Jesse. Oh, I hate that sound.
Recording in
Ugh.
progress.
Recording in
Ugh.
progress.
Ugh.
Um,
I have
We
a
need
thing to
a
say for
different AI voice.
they do something less robotic, but I have something for like the players. I don't know if we could. I'm assuming that as characters we would be like plan a little bit because
Oh
we're like
yeah. Oh yeah.
I
Oh
don't want to just walk in and die, but I do have a
fuck yeah.
Jesse, plug your fucking ears or something.
no.
Fuck you. I that's recorded. I have I have the silent spell that I plan to use later on in the fight when all the melee fighters are close enough to the oracle for it to provoke opportunity attacks. So the idea would be I put up a silent spell. The oracle has the choice either to stay within the bubble or leave. However many melee fighters are there will get opportunity attacks because they have no choice. Oh, unless they have only somatic. They have a spell that only has somatic components. Anything that's verbal, they can't use. So they'd either have to leave. You guys will get your opportunity attacks, and then that's like a thing.
Oh yeah. That's a spell that freaks Homeboy out. We tried it the first time we fought him, and it is it was his sole use of counterspell. So I would say he hates that shit. Let's if anything, at least eat some of his resources with it. If not, stick him in there.
That's the plan. And I also have like fairy fire and other things that will eat up resources if they want to. But anyways, that was just the big thing I wanted to do. Anyways,
Oh, I also wanted to say, based on that as well, if wanted, I can also do something that I did recently in the last battle Kine was in, where I can make all of the ground around Kine become difficult terrain, and then just walk up to him and grapple him for a little bit, so he's stuck in the silence area if that's wanted. But that's
that's
one thing I can do maybe.
Seems useful. We can adjust on the fly. It is nice knowing that you can do that. Anybody else got surprises? I have no idea what Aki knows how to do.
If I can get a hit on him, it will give resistance to everybody in the party.
Oh shit.
So
What?
if you can provide advantage to me, because I only get one attack. If I miss, it doesn't happen.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Are we going like right in, Jesse?
There will be narration. So everyone's coming from different parts of the country. So there will be narration. The group going towards the Oracle will meet. All brief scenes for roleplay, but this is going to be a fairly large combat, I think. So I'm gonna try to stay within the realm of combat.
I have a thing for just before we go in. Now that I understand how Heroes Feast work, I do have a thing that I would like to do before we go into the battle.
Symbol is gonna get the signatures of Valor, Zoe, Aris, and Ian in his
Now we did.
Yes,
How does
inside
how
of the
does
game? It's so. It's him.
Oh, sorry.
How does now we need a check on how that ability works. Is it's reaction, it can get down one person with your reaction who has their name in the book, and then it's used, correct? It can, like, because we had a moment where a bunch of people went down, I think, and then you brought them all back up because they all had names in the thing.
I can get four. I think I can get four people in the book.
Mhm.
When they drop below 1 HP, they automatically are resuscitated
Oh, that just happens.
to 1 HP.
Okay.
I think there was some semantics there though. Like it was like because it was simultaneous, we were okay, but like I think it's just like one at a time or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is this Gift of the Protectors?
Yeah. It only triggers once per rest is the
Once per long rest.
Okay. Once per long rest. Can you read out the ability to me, Flip?
Yeah. With your permission, a creature can use its action to write its name on that page, which can contain up to 4 names. When any creature whose name is on the page is reduced to 0 hit points but not killed outright, the creature magically drops to 1 hit point instead. Once this magic is triggered, no creature can benefit from it until you finish a long rest. As an action, you can magically erase a name on the page by touching it.
Okay. I would say if it happens simultaneously, which it likely will, I'll have it like be a spell casting check to see how many people you, Xena, who also have this ability, can keep up.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to get anyone's name in my book if we jump right into the battle.
Well, again, we'll get into it, but everyone will meet in the realm of the Godlands and then go to the Oracle. So you can do a quick sign here. This petition.
Will you
against the
sign my
Oracle.
petition? I beg of you.
Yeah.
Please sign my yearbook.
Please sign my yearbook.
Hey, I don't know how much longer I'll be alive. Can you sign my yearbook?
We won't think too hard on the heroes feast with everyone coming in from different parts. But without further ado,
Agrad gave him a hero's feast too.
Agrad's dead. That's a sore spot for some people. This series of events, for most of you, kicked off in the last couple of months. For the Oracle, this has been 15 years. He's in no mood to let you take what he has earned away from him. You all gather across the country, waiting for Rodavir to open the way into the Oracle's domain. For Gus, Valor, Aris, Symbol, Sam, Lucky, and Ian, you're in Aravo once more. An event happened on Friday, which has healed the screaming and the echoes of the screaming in city. And a small army is prepared to enter the Oracle's domain to reclaim souls. Symbol at this point, well past his due date, since he used some kind of ability during Aravel, is mostly arcana with little bits of flesh remaining. His life extended thanks to Aris and his power to be used against the Oracle. Aki, Kine, and Lorna wait by Woodgate. Or actually, well, yeah. Wait by Woodgate, the city that they recently saved far in the west. At the edges of the deep red forests of Valia, the canopies hanging overhead, signaling the influence and the safety of the nameless red archfey. At this point, though the one shot in the event is happening tonight, Xana, for better or for worse, is still not with us, but their spirit is something more powerful. As you watch on from your own realm, drawing yourself with the power of your patron towards the Oracle, all of you hear a crack of thunder in the sky on a clear day. And the air in front of you fractures like glass with golden streams of light across the cracks. Through the kind of bending of light, you see the image of Rodavir, the dragon, as large as a mountain, taller than the cloud tower. You see he pulls his wings back and beats once more. And then, after a couple of moments, the crack comes and the air shatters further, and you see images of a forest. Trees all on the same branch with green, orange, and yellow leaves. The colors of influence from the hells that watch on. The wings pull back once more. Beat. Moments pass. Rodovir's mouth opens. The air shatters. And through the shatter you hear the mighty roar of Rodovir shaking this realm that you are about to enter. As all of you enter from your different positions, the way being open, as the rest of the forces go in to reclaim souls unrightfully taken, you see amongst this forest an incline, and at the top of it, watching over this realm, a simple temple to a manipulator. You know where to go. As you begin to approach, all of our characters meet. You can have this moment, the 11 of you, to exchange any final words between friends, albeit brief, if you would not mind. Cast whatever spells you need have, and then face the oracle as Rodovir watches on, holding the way open. Yes, Flip.
I am going to grab the names of Lorna, Sam, Kine, and Aki into my book.
Okay.
I've never signed someone's thing before. Oh yeah.
I should also note, Xana, you look more like your living self, but you are more incorporeal, perhaps a bit taller than you used to be, and coming into your own power as a guardian of the lost. One of three, 2 dead, 1 living. So it is although I suppose for Lorna's perspective, again, the weird scheduling, you would be familiar with this from tonight's session. I'm assuming in Symbol's book, it will be Crucible, Aris, Ian, Valor.
Yeah.
Okay. So Gus is the only one. Heroes Feast is up. Horton's 1855.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I'm gonna, knowing how much Crucible loves me, I'm gonna slap him on the back, say, "Good luck, don't die," and cast Spare the Dying on him.
Or you mean Death Ward?
Death Ward, sorry. Or
Yes.
Spare the Dying.
You're not dying. You're not dying
Spare the
yet.
dying. That doesn't help.
Thank
I
you
prefer
for
you
that.
didn't use words like luck. Thank you very much.
It's all skill at this point, baby.
Shoot,
Walk
let's do
up.
it.
We're gonna walk up to not Crucible, Grimble, and I'll look down at him and I'll say, "Well, this is it. I know I have failed you as a patron, but I hope to make things right. I will, should the chance arise, I will try and get your soul back. Or if you see a moment that you may want to reclaim your soul. I won't blame you if you decide to take it.
If given that chance, I'll jump on it. I I seriously doubt. I don't think I'm long for this world, but I do. Um, I mean, I wouldn't be standing here, if you can call it that. I guess I'm kind of hovering at this point, but I mean, you, I am you, right? So I think when you say that you failed me, you're kind of saying that you failed yourself, and I don't think that's a fair assessment. Uh, I had a good run, and I'm gonna go out with a big bang, a blast, if you will.
Aye. Well, let's get up that hill, shall we?
Let's do it. Can I hold your hand? No, that's weird.
I think I wanted.
One sec, sorry. So Ian's put Death Ward on Gus. Death Ward might be important to get out here, generally. Are there any more Death Wards to put out? Unless people want to do specific character moments for this.
I think when Sam is signing Xana's book, they'll just be like, Blackburn says hi.
Plyvorn's sword has transformed quite a bit since his actions. You should know that it's here.
Ooh.
As Philly's revenge now.
If my consciousness still exists after this, I will absolutely let him know.
We'll take out the Oracle for him and Tom.
As Sam finishes talking there, Gus just comes up and like wraps them in a hug. He's like, Sam! I thought, well, I heard about Tom. I'm sorry.
You had an earlier run-in with the Oracle. But now that just means we're extra prepared to take him out.
Indeed.
Do it together. But Tom.
Those who died.
Trixia, you had something?
Oh, I said Ferudry as they were like naming the people who died.
Ferudry.
I don't know if I have like I wanted to have a thing with Lorna and Xana, but I don't think that. I think Lorna's thinking. I think she's like in game mode. I think she's so like in this place of seriousness. I think she would be close to Xana, like just out of just
like physically close, but not necessarily conversing. Talking. Yeah, that feels right to me.
It's murder time, folks. Any other moments here?
Just sort of going to Crucible and Symbol. Sort of they are both very short, so I'm not sure if he crouches a little bit, just you know. So we have this pretty much, right? Cruz, you still have the artifact? We're going to need to get that staff away from him as quickly as possible. Do you think you can ensure that happening?
Of course.
And Symbol, you're right now the closest person we have to being able to ensure our safety. Are you sure you can handle that? Make sure that Cruz makes it to the end of this, as we both know he's got to get that mantle.
instantly sweating. I don't know if he can sweat, but you can tell. That's a tall order for Symbol, but uh, we're gonna do everything we can out there, and yeah, Crucible. I know you feel a little uneasy with me as I am now. I do too, to be honest. Um, let's let's give him hell. Let's blast him.
I don't feel uncomfortable. I just, you're not the same person. It's different.
Well
I
then,
don't know if everyone recognizes that, but you are, and I'm sorry to have involved you.
that is a problem that we will solve after we're done here.
Yes.
Hey, we could always make another wager, and we have so much left to do. If we, let's all try to make it through, if we can.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm seeing you at community service after this.
Oh yeah, in Fishtown.
And then sort of turns and goes, but there is one thing I need to check up on because and he sort of heads over to Aris. Hello again.
See you, Vala.
Yeah. Question. Just in abstract, do you think you could pull the trick you pulled in RFO again?
You mean stop the Oracle from causing a
Raining.
swarm of meteors?
Yes.
Sure I could. Be difficult, for sure, but I think I could, given the right circumstance.
Okay, how do we set up that circumstance? Because Lord knows we're gonna need to. If he opens with that, we're kind of screwed.
If he opens with that, then immediately a portion of my power goes to stopping him, and I will surely be weak for the rest of the fight, but enough to deal the finishing blow should the situation arrive. We'll be fine. I just need to know when he does it.
I think I might be able to figure that out. In turns, do you know where Code is? I would have figured you all were attached at the hip, but
He decided that we have fought enough. He deserves a break. He went home to make sure everything was right, Cloud Tower.
of course. One time you really want him around, when he finally decides he's going to be a noble person. But I'll see you after this, and
Vala.
What?
Been an honor.
Extends the hand, sort of grasps it. All right, everybody in place. Let's fucking do this. Oh, geez, Cass is really rubbing off on me.
You didn't used to swear.
I'll go and wrap my arm around Ian and I'll say, one last fight. Look at us. This is the last one before we can finally start putting things right, hey?
He was focused on typing.
Was that directed to me?
That was to David.
Oh.
What? I'm sorry. Yeah, I was trying to type.
Oh, I was saying one last fight.
One last fight? Well, here.
Still a lot to do once we get out of here.
Yeah. So now it's just the 2 musketeers.
Don't say that. Code is with us in spirit.
Categorically untrue as Casey left the servers. Code disappears.
Code, we know what Code's at Codeville.
One
Being a
final
mayor.
stealth.
We know what Code's doing. Stealing the stuff that he needs from the cloud tower.
What do you think he stole? I would reckon he's probably stolen the Akhenaten's staff. Maybe tried to steal his boot.
I was thinking axes and nails and hammers.
Yeah, true. Have to build those cottages somehow. We'll give the Oracle what for, once for him, yeah?
Yeah, sure. Well, just give him your demigod nanny boo boo thing. And I wrap on his metal chest.
Yeah. Once this form is gone, I'll see if I can give Code something. All of you.
Yeah. This is going to be an interesting fight.
Just quickly before we go in, I grab Valor like war handshake, at the elbow. I just kind of look at you and say, "Fight well, Valor. And if you're to die today, earn it in blood." And I give you inspiration.
Holy fuck. Sort of holding the grasp. Fight with me. And we will not die today. And I will, I think, use one of my 3rd level spell slots because you are the only one here sort of more alone. He is going to cast, what's the name of that spell?
Name of that spell?
No, I know that I have it because I cast it on Lucky Cat before Warding Bond.
Oh my god.
That's good.
Hey.
So good news, buddy. You have resistance to all damage and +1 to AC.
Wait, does Valor give him an engagement ring?
No.
Hey!
just the sleight of hands, one on his finger. Huh?
More engagements. Listen, my
No.
Yes.
here to give
Oh
me.
God.
Wait.
Let's do a real quick ceremony.
If Xana's part of the throuple.
Hey, we all do ceremony. We get married to somebody.
Simply,
else.
I've gotten married 3 times in the last session.
Can we all get married real quick?
We need to get married right now. But
It
no.
seems rather quick, but if it helps.
We're moving a little fast here, guys.
No offense. I don't want to be
with the
legally wed to any of
ceremonies.
you.
Kine and Aki, you're the only ones who haven't had anything. Do you want to have a moment here as well?
Yeah. I'm gonna go over to Aki as everyone is, saying their final goodbyes and all that shit, and I'm just gonna.
Goodbyes.
Feels like we're just specks amongst gods.
Oh, come on! It's just another guy on a power trip. One more, right? Easy peasy, in and out. Also, you and me, we're not doing that mopey goodbye over there, everyone. So sad.
Yeah, honestly. Don't understand it. Really, all I know is that we need to. Have you gotten your stretches in?
Got my stretches in? You know it. But you
Hell yeah.
don't go far from me, okay?
Sounds
And
good.
I tap Mashrak's shield a little bit on his shoulder.
Thanks.
Let's see your tree form. Bash that man's head in. This is going to be awesome.
It is. Hey, just remember, he's like really short. You can just bonk him on the top of the head. You can just bonk him on top of the head, he'll die. His little button on there.
Short people, weak. I'll get them good.
You know, one of the
Oracle-
strongest people we've ever known was like shorter than everyone.
I'll have to reevaluate that statement.
A little bit. This specific short guy is weak.
If you could also, keep that in mind. Oracle is canonically slightly below average male tiefling height.
It's not
We're both taller than him.
Yeah, me very above average tiefling height.
Mhm.
Look, you short tiefling.
I think it also makes the scene with Umita really funny because I thought we were at eye level, but nah.
No, it's like
Guy
Disintegrate.
looking up at me and about to disintegrate me, and I'm like, uh-oh. But yes, let's do this. This guy's taken a lot from all of us. Let's take his life. That sounds like some good revenge.
Nice.
Vengeance? Something.
Flipping Trixie, I did see that in the chat. Go ahead.
So I think probably simultaneously to that little conversation, Xana's gonna whisper to Lorna, I feel like we've said goodbye too many times already, and it hasn't exactly stuck yet, has it?
good at defying expectation.
We are. Let's keep that up.
I'm really scared. I, for once in my life, have something to live for and to go home to.
I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure that you get home to him.
I know.
And then after that, I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure, or to somehow get to be there. Briefly.
I believe in you. You keep doing impossible things. You did it before.
Weird. A few months ago, I was working in a factory.
Yeah.
The rise of the working class.
Yeah, eat the rich.
You made things happen. The force of will, the force of your spirit. You came back because you didn't want to leave things unfinished.
Let's finish them.
Yeah. Let's go get them.
One final question. Who holds the Dark Wagers, the staff of Brundis's influence, and the Kinstaff prism?
Yeah, so that's what I was trying to ask in the fucking Mountain Pass party chat. Like, Lucas, do you want that or what's going on?
I thought Symbol already had a fancy Aurith focus.
Mm-hmm.
I do have my fancy focus. I think I'm kind of set on as far as staffs go. And you might make better use of having more spells. Because I only get 2 slots.
Okay, I'm taking both of them then. Sounds good, I guess.
Okay.
Horrifying, but let's do it. He looks to the rest of the people that are here and he says, I don't know all of you, and I understand you have some emotional attachments to sort out. The only thing I need to know is, do any of you have dibs on that thing?
I think we
No.
all have an equal amount of beef.
Yeah. I mean, he killed me? But I'm not the only one here.
Yeah, he's personally killed a lot of.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Are you calling dibs?
No. I think whoever has the first opportunity to gets the dibs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And no
dibs
speeches.
might be a luxury we can't really afford.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Also, I don't do a lot of damage, so I think I'll be the one killing him anyways.
If anyone has the shot, they take it. No hesitation. No nothing. Nothing like that. This fucker dies. First
You
chance.
can kill him. Kill him.
I wish you all good luck on being the one with that fortune.
I, for one, think he's misunderstood.
Okay.
Ian,
completely.
Just kidding.
Ian, we've been over this. He's friends with us. He'll try and kill them.
What? What?
What?
Hold up.
Lena?
What?
So
Lena,
as you
Lorna?
walk
Hold up.
up
What?
the incline towards,
Face
I'm
crack
gonna-
of the century.
Ooh.
Grimble is gonna do, or Symbol is gonna do a drive-by booping on Valor, on his foot, to give you protection from evil and good.
Okay. Since we're all casting these last minute ass spells, I suppose I'll fucking generate a D20 dice around my body, and I'll be walking around in my gerbil ball to this fight. Let's do it.
Nice.
In the chat, Jesse, just in case you didn't see it, I cast Intellect Fortress on myself and Sam. We'll keep track of that, but just so you know.
Yeah, I did see that. Okay.
I'm gonna. Does my weasel still exist?
That
I
just
suppose you could manifest a weird psychic weasel for the purpose of
Yeah.
having familiar.
There's my psychic weasel is gonna hang out on Lorna's shoulders there.
Okay.
Oh, slay. That's gonna so cute. Stop. I'm gonna cry.
As you all ascend, as the rest of the heroes travel through this realm, to reclaim the rest of the lost souls, you are here to settle a debt. Strange spiritual ground and grass turns to discolored orange-ish brown stone. And a simple temple open to the sky, pillars around of a circular, I suppose, platform. The oracle stands calmly in the center as he watches you all approach. Very confident smile on his face. At this point, from the edge of the temple where the pillars are to the center where the oracle is 60 feet all around. Everyone can position themselves like from the direction you came, we'll call that front, and then the other end of the temple, which overlooks this realm, we'll call the back. So let me know where you are in relation to the oracle as you all gather around before the fight kicks off, just real quick. Let's have people raise their hands and I'll call them out. Aris, where do you want to be?
Be one of the ones in the front. But like as soon as like before the fight, immediately like we roll initiative, I'll cast haste on myself. So
and also if everyone can start rolling initiative. So near the front.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who else knows where they want to be? Kind.
I kind of
Kind's gonna be right at the entrance where we walk in, hanging back a little bit, just figuring out what's going on. Oh, fuck. Sorry, I got my natural ones out at the beginning.
Nice.
But yes, I'm gonna be hanging. Actually, no, I'll be right in the middle, like a little bit, maybe 10 feet behind Aris.
Okay.
I'm backline, probably with Crucible.
Okay. Xana.
Xana is also hanging back a little bit. Like it's not possible to get outside of 60 feet in this temple, right?
Not in the temple, no.
Cool. So they're in the temple. I think they'll separate themselves from the entrance a little bit and go like, if it's a square to the next wall.
Circle.
Yep. They'll go like opposite end.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Gus?
It'll probably come as no surprise. I'm getting as close to the short guy as I can get before we start. So whatever as close as I can get, I'm getting.
We'll call it around 20 feet. For you and Aris. Kind of behind. Valor?
Well then I'm with the bros who are about to lay hands on this man. If I can be just a little bit behind them, maybe like 5 feet, is just to catch people who are sort of in the middle, I guess.
Also,
within.
With the different demigod shit that's happening around, we will do a kindness to the party present. We'll do 2 kindnesses. One, the ability that Crucible has for like the auto success if everyone long rests together. We'll consider this to extend to everyone, same as the Hero's Feast. And then as long as Valor's up, the aura stands for everyone, despite distance. Anyone in this temple has Valor's Paladin aura.
Oh shit, nice.
What is your Paladin?
It is a +5 to all saves. It doesn't do anything else because those effects affect my opponents if they are afraid of me, and they can't be very often.
Yeah.
What was the Crucible ability?
It's a thing, basically. It's a thing that he does where once a day he can use one of his portents to just do an automatic I think it's succeed or fail on a saving throw for a group of people, but I don't know why you'd want to fail. I don't remember the ability, but that's the intent of it.
We have a mass legendary resistance.
Yeah,
that's how we've always described it. It's like, flash mob legendary resistance type shit.
Yeah, Jess, I'm sort of in the middle, trying to stay about 30 feet around everybody.
Okay. Akinar?
I'd like to be as close as possible, but ideally in front of Kind as well.
Wonderful. Kaylin, do you have something else there?
I didn't know exactly how much time would be passing before we were actually fully in the fight. I was gonna ask if I could real quick tap Akinar with my tail right before we enter and cast guidance.
Guidance only is on ability checks, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah, not super helpful here.
Yeah.
And where is Sam?
Extra motivated.
I'm that healthy caster's distance away of around like 45 or 60 feet.
Just a little bit in the temple. And I think the only one who I don't have track of in my mind right now is Lorna.
Yeah, I think I'm also gonna be 40. Hold on, I'm just thinking. I'm gonna go 30 feet into the temple.
So around Kine, maybe just around where Kine is. Okay. Let's see these initiatives. Aki.
Yeah, I'm last.
Listen, peak position for getting everybody back up.
Exactly. Aris and Symbol. And then Xana. Valor and Lorna are both at 16.
Oh, Lorna, what's your dex? Is it in any way positive?
Yeah. Yes, +2.
Okay, so then you're going before me.
Okay.
3, 3, 4. I think the next jump is Gus. There's a 6. Crucible. At the end of this, we should have 12. Kine, Sam, and Ian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's everyone in the Oracle. As you all gather around, you see that he's kind of looking down to the side, kind of just keeping like everyone in his peripheral and kind of looking generally towards where Xana is behind him. Just this excited little smile. In a moment, the action breaks out as everyone begins to do their spells, charges forward. In the Oracle's domain.
Yeah, but before we start, as we're walking in, I'm like, you said to come for tea, and I brought friends.
Thank you so much, Ian. I'll
You're
enjoy
welcome.
this. And
I hope it's warm.
The Oracle in his domain does get to act at the start of the round, but then also has a separate initiative. So he has, at the very start of the combat, he has one extra thing. And then for the rest of the combat, he just has his one turn and legendary actions. The Oracle on his turn will open this up, will open this pit up side to side with an 8th level spell. It's a good one, folks. And he will get Aris, Valor, Gus, Aki, Lorna, Sam, Kine, Ian would be close enough because he is cleric. He's trying to be close to everyone. So where is Crucible at again? Did I already name you off here?
You didn't name me off. Me and Symbol are 60 feet away.
Okay. So yeah, I was thinking Symbol is away. So the two of you are fine, Xana's fine. That brings us to 11 accounted for. So everyone but Symbol, Crucible, and Xana, if you could please be so kind as to make a Constitution saving throw to kick this off.
Counterspell.
Counterspell. So I need to start writing down his spells. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
As he casts this spell, Aris
5th level
snaps his fingers.
counterspell to your counterspell. So to an 8th level.
Counterspell is
okay.
Careful.
What level is your counterspell?
We're just gonna roll for it. We no ways to
Hey,
upcast. He's got to like upcast it already too much.
I'll go ahead and give you an 18. Take an 18. Let's not do this. Let's not play these games.
Beautiful.
Okay. You see as the goes for the spell, a big kind of motion with the staff. And Aris snaps. He waves. Sam reaches out, and Crucible sets like the strings of fate to be fixed. A single moment of hesitation before Aki jumps into this with Aris and Symbol on deck. If you have any dice to roll them ahead of time. Damage attacks, regardless of if you think you hit or I save, just for the sake of keeping a 12-person combat with legendary actions going. But Aki, take us away. What are you doing?
Aki's gonna rage. Little ghosties are starting to appear. That's a nice staff you have there, loser. And I'm gonna try to stab him in the throat. 24 to hit.
24 certainly hits. Yeah, certainly hits.
Okay. 18 plus 40 damage in this stab. And any attack he does to anybody has disadvantage, and everyone has resistance except for me. Because my ghost is slapping him in the side of the head and distracting him.
And is that he doesn't have divine emissary abilities, so he has to take shit like that. And is that on specifically like what does that ability say
disadvantage on attack rolls?
What is the wording of the ability?
Yep, sure. Let me get it for you. The first creature you hit with an attack on your turn becomes the target of your warriors, which hinders its attacks. Until the start of your next turn, that target has disadvantage on any attack roll that isn't against you. And when the target hits a creature other than you with an attack, the creature has resistance to the damage dealt by the attack.
Okay. So specifically attacks is what I was looking for there. Okay. So yeah, Aki, as you I almost imagine almost like a Superman kind of jump forward of just going forward and like getting him in the neck with this sword. Some of you have seen fights with this oracle before. He's hard to leave marks upon, but the sword immediately goes into his neck, and there's a little bit of like yellow shine and a little bit of like blood coming down as he takes it and has a very menacing look. Legendary action. Sorry, anything else on your turn, Aki?
Nope, I use my rage, so.
Legendary action, Oracle's domain, coerced heal. The Oracle chooses Ian. Ian, can you make a charisma saving throw for me? This is an ability, not anything else.
Sure. Uh, 429.
29.
Yeah.
Fuck. You see, he will look over to Ian and kind of give you like a upward nod, and just this little bit of magic. You feel there's this like pressure on your body and heart to reach out toward the oracle to heal him, and you resist. We have another cleric. That's one legendary action. Aris, hasted, that's you.
I made 3 attacks. And 2 of them were sword strikes. The last one was booming blade, and 2 of them were hits. One of them was a crit. The damage for the first 2 normal attacks are 17.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Aki, this is ability within the domain. Can Aki and Aris also make charisma saves for me? This is not as large as the regular DC.
Is this a charm condition?
No.
Okay.
I got a fat 0.
Okay. So what was it? 24 to hit?
Yeah, it was 24 to hit for Aki.
And did you do that recklessly?
Yeah, I did it recklessly, but
Okay.
I didn't. That was my first attack. for my reckless.
So that gives you sneak attack. So can you reroll the d10s to d8s or d6s as your regular sneak attack?
Yep, sure.
That's gonna be a 25 for me.
Okay, so
with
your stuff
Valor's
goes through.
Okay.
That's going to be a 32.
Okay, 32. So as you go toward the Oracle, with Plyvorn's Vengeance, keep in mind this our Valor's +5 to saves, but still wouldn't get you if you rolled a 0 +5, 5. But as Aki goes to strike the Oracle, your as your foot like plants on the ground, like go in for the sword strike, you move your stance and just turn towards Aris and strike him.
Oof.
And that damage, that 30?
32.
32 will go to Aris.
Okay.
Aris,
how
you
much
also have
damage?
Ancestral Guardians against you, which
Yep.
is unfortunate.
So that does that do disadvantage for Aris's attacks against
Aris
the Oracle?
is disadvantage against everybody except for me.
Wait, I might be able to do a thing.
Mhm.
Am I within 30 feet of Aki?
Yes. Yeah.
If I get, okay, so I have a thing called Warding Flare. Wait, where is it? Holy shit. Oh wait, maybe it's only if it attacks me. Never mind. Wait. Can I cast Silvery Barbs
Yeah.
on this?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Silvery Barbs, and if Aki, you could re-roll your d20 and use the lower roll. So you'll miss, hopefully you'll miss this.
Oh, are we re-rolling the saving throw or the attack?
No, your attack.
Okay. I already went with advantage, so all right, we'll go again. 13.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That will miss because my AC is 22.
Okay. So the regular bidness will go through. What's that damage from Aris?
72 damage because I did my first two sword swings did 17 and 14, and then on the one that I crit I also used booming blade, so that was 41 damage.
So technically on this legendary action
and Thunderwave.
Thunderwave. Okay.
As well when I hit him with the crit.
I do need to save against that for that damage. Because it is
that is a con save of I believe 19.
28.
All right, he only takes half damage then, so that would be shit. So half of 11, so 5.
67.
Yeah, so 67. Yeah. Okay.
So this spell that's happening now technically would have happened after Aki's turn. And then the heal from Ian would have been attempted after Aris's turn. So 2 legendary actions. I am going to I'm gonna just use a 6th level disintegrate on Aki just to see what happens. Can you get a dex save for me, Aki?
Dex save. That's a 6.
Counterspell.
So technically, Again, this would have happened because he wouldn't have used the heal if he wasn't hit. So technically this happens after Aki's turn, so you don't have counterspell. Sam's used counterspell, and you. Crucible has, unless you used your reaction for the portent.
No, I
doesn't use the reaction.
Yeah, it doesn't use a reaction.
So then it's within your capacity to counterspell.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
I'll roll for it.
Okay. If you're holding the staff, I'll allow you to add the staff's +3 to this.
Oh, wow. That's a 25. Wow. Wow. Amazing.
Okay. No disintegrate on Aki. 67 points of damage from Aris. No heal from Ian. Symbol with Xana on deck.
Yeah. I think very suddenly you see Symbol like wreathed in hundreds of black tendrils. He's gonna use his quickening ring to cast Shadow of Moyle as a bonus action. And I pre-rolled. Does a 19 hit?
19 does not.
Bummer. Okay. It does 24.
24 does, yeah.
Okay, so he deals all of 14 damage. And that's about it, yeah.
Okay. 14 damage to the Oracle.
Yep.
81. 2 more legendary actions. Aris does have his counterspell back. 7th level this time. Symbol, I would love a deck save from you. But RC, this is disintegrate again. You do have your counterspell.
Oh, yeah, I'll counterspell. I'll 4th level, but I'll roll for it.
Thank God. I got a 5.
That's 19.
Oh,
19 will certainly do it.
Yes.
As spell after spell goes off, keeping him down, you see a very wide smile goes across his face. Xana, that's you.
Okay, so I know 2 of these bonus action cast Spirit Shred, so I kind of draw on the power of the lost. You can kind of hear some whispers emanating from where Xana is standing. 2 of these Eldritch Blasts definitely missed. Does a 21 hit?
21 hits, exactly.
Nice. So that is going to be a total of 20 damage, and he cannot regain hit points until my next turn.
We don't like that.
Yes,
Anything
we do.
else on Xana's turn?
Sorry?
Anything else on Xana's turn?
That is it.
As he takes the hit from Xana, the smile fades and there's a very large roll of the eyes as he's very familiar with this nuisance. But that's okay.
How are your shoes looking?
You see, he stops for a moment and says, "It's the good in you. It's the want to save everyone. That's the problem." As he looks at Aris, he's used 2 counterspells already and will use one of his 9th levels for Meteor Swarm.
Oh, fucking course.
Draw those counterspells out, baby. Anyone do shit?
Cry.
Didn't think so.
Did I not? Fuck all I can do.
Yeah.
Dexterity saves for everyone, please.
I am inside of a resilient sphere. Am I good?
What does the resilient sphere do?
It blocks energy from passing through.
I think so. Although that I think goes both ways. Resilient sphere. Sphere shimmering forest, enclosed creature, large or small, you're definitely that. Nothing, not physical objects, energy, or other spell effects can pass through the barrier, in or out. The creature in the sphere can breathe there. Sphere is immune to all damage. Creature object inside can be damaged by attacks or effects originating from outside, nor can the creature inside the sphere damage anything outside it. Spell targeting. So this does affect your ability to cast spells. You cannot cast spells outside of the sphere. So if you want to change that, because I believe you already counterspelled. It's like resilient sphere is like you're safe, but you can't do anything kind of spell.
That's fair.
Now would be a great time for
Okay, then can I take back the counterspell that I did since I wouldn't have been able to do that?
What was the counterspell on the disintegrate on Aki?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, if you'd like to remain in the resilient sphere. But as long as you're in there until you drop it, it stops you from doing anything basically. So if you want to like just not have that up and have the counterspell go off,
yeah, I'll do that. That makes more sense. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
You got a math.
Yeah, we're
resistance?
gonna use our big boy resistance for everyone,
resistance for everyone.
We don't have to worry about these things. The only thing I have left is my 5 roll on the die for portent.
That could be useful still.
Indeed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 5.
Stop counting dice. No. less of those.
6, 7, 8. First round for bludgeoning damage, 20. So everyone succeeds by virtue of Crucible's resilient, or not that thing. The other thing.
Bludgeon damage.
Out of curiosity, what was the DC?
Oh, the DC for the Oracle spells is 25. His staff has a separate ability that may be higher. So bludgeoning first. So Aki is the only one who this really matters for, unless other people have bludgeoning things. I will add this up real quick.
It's going to be quarter damage.
It's save, resistant, uncanny
and I'm
dodge.
using uncanny dodge. Yep.
So bludgeoning is an 8th, isn't it? And then the fire
it's an
is
8th
quarter.
for bludgeoning and it's quarter for fire.
Yep. Yeah. So oh, luckily you all do have a bunch of death wards and shit, so might be fine. 5, okay, and 2, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 72. Bludgeoning reduced to 36. Then for Aki reduced to 18, reduced to 9.
And for Gus reduced to 18, and I take the other 18.
Doesn't it go both ways for you though when you both take damage?
No,
Or is it just
it
one?
goes one way. I'm
Okay.
warding him. It doesn't go both ways.
Okay. And then fire damage. Let's reroll this again.
Wait, so how much was the damage that we took after the half?
36.
36.
36. Oh, motherfucker.
And that's before the fire damage?
For the fire. Now would be a great, I mean, I don't think anyone has it, but there's a spell called Absorb Elements. That if anyone happened to have had it.
I have it, but I'm already resistant to fire, so I don't have to use it.
I'll use it.
Same.
I'll use mine.
Okay.
Yeah, get that quarter damage, baby.
Keep kind in the fight. 10,
Hopefully, I have 20
20,
HP left, so
30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 5, 8. So 78 brings it to 39. With Absorb Elements, and anyone who's done fire brings it to 19. Single hit point on Kine.
Grimble, on account of this warding bond, I think I just used up my yearbook pass.
Anyone else using up their yearbook pass?
Yeah, me. Yeah, for sure these.
Okay.
Good news.
How much? We just get brought back to 1, right?
Yep.
Slay.
Good news is Gus is still conscious. The bad news is I don't know where he's at.
Jesse, can you give me the total for someone who made the save?
Total for someone who made the save.
55.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay.
John's dog is not doing great. So I will look up Bard spells and play him appropriately. Does anyone, he had Intellect Fortress he cast at 3rd level?
Yeah, he casted it on Sam, I think.
And himself. And he is at an initiative. He has a flame tongue. Going to give him 8 to hit. 2d6 is typically that damage. I'll try to keep track of Gus here. What's Bard's average? So 8, and then he's level 7 or 8. So real quick maths. 5 times 7 plus 8. 43 plus 3 times 8 as a estimate. 67. Okay, so it went 55 and then half for Gus to 28. So 40 39. Okay. So yeah, how's everyone doing right now, real quick?
I just took that on the chin. Nothing.
I have
39. Please, folks, make sure that you add your temp HP from Hero's Feast if you did not already.
It's full HP.
Oh, I did.
You get to keep
Full
it forever.
HP increases your
All
max.
5. Yeah, all
I got-
5 hit points. But hey, it's
You're
there.
full, not temp full. I'm sorry. I said it wrong.
Yeah.
My bad. Same diff, please.
Went to 0, but I'm at 1.
Same. I went to 0 and I'm also at 1. And then
Besties.
I think Zoe, you accidentally sent me your thing. It was like 30 HP. So it's at 30.
Because taking with success, that's still taking like the full damage of the spell.
So that was one of how many level 9 spells?
3.
Ah!
Yeah, girl bosses. Once again, please stop counterspelling single target spells.
Baze, please. I'm dying over here.
Literally.
Valor said, "Let him die."
Let him die. Let him die.
Yeah, if everyone actually
Disintegrate
could.
doesn't kill most of us.
Does now,
This
folks.
kills all of us simultaneously.
God, I'm scared for myself.
Lorna, it's you.
God damn it. I had a thing and then I almost died. I'm gonna
Mass
do
healing word on 6 folks.
how many of us are just like holding on to our last little bits of life? Okay, Sam. Okay, Valor.
Go ahead.
Anybody else? Who
Fine.
else?
Fine.
I have
Okay.
16.
Okay, so I'm gonna do mass healing word. That's my bonus. Okay, I'll do bonus action mass healing word. The 6 creatures that I will target will be fucking 1, 2, 1, 2. Just like whoever wants it, take it. I can't tell who needs it. Just take it. There's 6 of it. I'm gonna give it to you. It's 1d4 plus spellcasting
Well,
bonus.
it's just max because Beacon of Hope.
Oh,
Excellent.
slay. It's gonna be 12 for everybody then.
Nice.
Nice.
Thanks.
Pace is still up for me.
Mhm.
Because
I
could make a
I guess 5. Can I do it on myself?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, it's 5 people. Then we'll take it.
Yeah.
12. And then
The
that's
five,
my
the 5 folks is single digit. Yeah.
yeah. And yeah. Heal. And then that's my bonus action and for
What was
my
the amount?
12.
12. Okay. Thank you.
And then the my action was gonna be I'm gonna do the Toll of the Dead. So it's gonna be 2d12, I think. Hold on.
Wisdom or con save?
Wisdom save.
20, 24, no, 22.
Okay, then you say no, I guess. I try.
You see the Oracle, unaffected by his own magic. Both spells, I think had him in it. Will, now that he has his turn, I will turn towards Xana and say, hello and goodbye again. 2 legendary actions. Power word kill once again.
Is there a save here, or am I just gone again?
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Well, yeah, powered kill. Yeah, it's just what's it called? Less than 100 hit points, you're gone. But you're not a regular person.
Yeah.
It might disrupt your next turn, but we'll see how long you're out of the fight. Valor.
All right. Well, I am still conscious and in range of this guy. And now I think I am in his head after that because we come out swinging with a 19 crit.
Mm.
And I did some math about it. So first things first, from the sort of the casting anew of Thunderous Might, he will need to make a strength saving throw.
Not his best.
Dropping low under
him. I used technically the dice I rolled would have succeeded, but that is not his dice. I have chosen his dice. I'm sticking to his dice. That was the Gust dice. And the Gust dice or the Oracle dice say he fails. What does this do?
So here's what happens. A wonderful combination. So Thunderous Might knocks him 10 feet away from me and prone. If I can, I would like the 10 feet away, just as he heads in and sort of like goes under linebacker style to be up if I could. I will.
For aesthetic purposes, yeah.
And then it also would deal 2d6, but crit is double of thunder damage. So the opening, I'm busting out the calculator. It doesn't. This first one is solid. The next one is admittedly less so. But 136 points of radiant thunder and magical bludgeoning damage.
That is what's my brain doing? 2 hits?
That's just the first hit.
Oh shit.
That is the Fist of the Legion, Thunderous Smite, a 3rd level smite, and a crit. Followed by the second attack. Also, spoiler alert, to those of you attacking, you now have advantage on everything against this guy until my next turn. Then the next one, admittedly, even with the advantage from this first one, I have to use my Channel Divinity because it was a 1 and 4. So taking that up to a 24 with my Channel Divinity for a lot less damage on the second hit, just 53 on the second hit, just whoop, bam. And he's gonna sort of like try and stay on top of him as he falls back down to the ground as I get an extra attack because of the crit. So I'm gonna try and grapple him.
For sure.
And just sort of, Lorna, now please.
Oh yeah, I'm literally thinking like, okay, good. Everybody's in fucking position. Say that out loud though. Don't say it out loud though.
Yep.
you got it. Well, Lorna would see. What's the to hit on the grapple?
Is it an attack roll or an athletics check?
I believe it's an attack roll typically.
It's athletics for grapple.
It is athletics. Okay. I thought it's like a to hit thing. Do you have to hit them first?
No, it's just an athletics.
Certain monsters have on-hit grapple effects, but players only can attempt grapples with athletics.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
So
do athletics.
With athletics, it's going to be a 24, and actually, because I don't trust this man to not flop, I'm gonna use Gus's inspiration and bring it to a 32. Just shit, full foot on neck, just knock up, knock down, stomp.
Boom.
Sorry, real quick. I've missed one ability. I don't think it'll really matter that much in the grand scheme of things because Aris is immune to psychic, correct? From the armor?
Yeah.
And then Kine, you were just behind Aris and Crew and Aki, right? So you'd be within 30 feet. But you went to 1 anyway. Valor, you went to 1 as well, correct?
Yes, I did go to 1.
Okay. So it's just Aki who's affected by this. Everyone within 30 feet takes 36 psych damage at the start of Oracle's turn. So just another 7 points of damage psychic to Aki. That would have happened at the start of his turn. I don't think anyone else could have been affected by that. I guess, Ian, you said you were within 30 feet.
Yeah.
Do you have any psychic things?
No.
Okay, so 7 to you as well. And to Gus. Okay, sorry. That's the end of your return, Valor?
Yeah, if we've got him grappled, that is it. And then I just sort of look down at him and go, yep, you do really read as fail, son. That's not from me, that's from your mom.
you see as you like knock him up into the air and he falls down, he will like kind of with his like flowing robes land a little bit on his feet, but messily and fall regardless as you kind of move on top of him and like push him down and kind of like get him grappled. Valor, has the oracles fought you a couple of times and seen you? I am going to be, you don't need to tell me the score if you don't want, but generally, how is your dex? Has he seen you to be dexterous?
No.
Okay.
By no metric would those words ever be used to apply to Valor-Guillaume ever.
He looks up at you and says, "Oh, you need to go." And as you kind of have the like Legion's fist on him or like whatever, I imagine like stepping on him a little bit. He will just grab your calf and disintegrate from that point. Dex save, you have your +5 Palinora.
Ooh boy. Shout out, I don't think this makes it 18, but +5 is 23.
23 does not. It is 10d6 plus 40. Your current hit points are not that much.
No.
Okay. As he looks up at you, he's fucked up by your hits. He's fucked up. But just will grab on and you will fall apart from the calf. It will just move up your leg and across your body. He is from you and Aris's hits and someone else in Xana beyond half. What is Valor's last moment here?
I think looks back at Crucible and Grimble, sort of realizing, oh shit. But looks at them, looks down at him, and sees that is Cruz still in the bubble?
Cruz didn't do the bubble.
No.
Cruz did not do the bubble.
No.
Turns back, got you a second, and then falls, realizes what's happening and just full crumbles.
And Infinity War style, disappearing. Gus at that point is going to he's next is going to like scream out and charge forward and slam the his flame tongue like meteor hammer down twice at advantage because he's prone. He was going to hit one anyway, but prone lets him hit a second time. He's going to do only 27 points of damage. He's going to inspire Crucible. 317. The Oracle is not resistant to fire. He's not that kind of tiefling. By the way, I saw that in chat earlier. He can't heal for this round. Oracle within 20. So fill F5 have disadvantage on Oracle spells. Last legendary action he can use. Can I get Crucible to make a charisma save for me? I'm gonna keep Valor's aura up. That stays behind.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thanks, bitch. Sorry.
Okay. So what's the bonus for the
Plus
aura?
Plus five.
Okay, because like I literally just rolled a nat 20, but I still can't make it with the aura. So awkward. I guess I'll die.
Isn't nat
I'll
20
die.
auto success?
Yeah, I guess I'll die.
It's typically on attacks.
You're inspired. You're inspired.
You just got inspiration.
You just got a bardic inspiration.
Use it.
Use it.
Well, I guess because it's a 25 meets it beats it. Is that fine?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Absolutely.
I'm not a charismatic boy. Most people hate me, man. You know.
I don't know why. I think you're great.
A legendary action he can only use in his domain, manipulation of the mind. The oracle chooses a creature it is aware of within the domain, and force the creature to make a DC 25 charisma saving throw. If they fail by less than 5, they have disadvantage on saving throws against the oracle spells. If they fail by more than 5, they automatically fail all saves against the oracle spells. So good job avoiding that one for now. Crucible, that'll be you.
One turn of fucking away from my turn. Wow. Crucible pulls out the fucking timeout box. Please give me a DC 25 Constitution saving throw against getting your fucking toys taken away from you.
He's not even started to turn people against you. This is the wrong dice. Let's see what our yellow boy does. That is a 3 on the die. He's going to eat up his legendary resistance. As the you use the action on the box, it opens. It's this little like triangular prism. It opens up and is attuned specifically to hold the oracle staff. He's on the ground, and fully as he's holding it in his right hand and you're on his left, the force of the prism will like move his hand as he like goes kind of on his stomach and like moves a couple of feet before he like stops it, and will look at you very unhappy about that. Anything else for Crucible's turn?
He wants to play these stupid games of trying to make it harder for me to pass spells and stuff. That's cool. I'll use a bonus action to cast the spell Hex on him, so he can make me another
on save
saving throw. Let's see. I can choose.
You can
the
choose
ability type.
Yeah, the ability that it affects, but not the save he makes. I'm asking for the save.
Oh, actually, I don't think he even has to make a save. He just
you're right.
It's automatic.
Yeah,
it's
Hex
like
just
Hunter's
happens.
Mark.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, cool. I'll give him disadvantage on intelligence checks, just in case he's thinking of using pathetic spell slots to counterspell back.
You want to do that charisma. His casting
that charisma.
But
charisma.
You would know that.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
He will feel that. Has he used? Well, I don't think he would really a spell like that. I don't think he would process after. I don't think after having the staff pulled from him taking 100 and some points of damage, in very short succession. I don't think he would think that a small spell like that would be worthy of a counter spell. So that will be on him. Kind, Sam, and Ian, you are the last ones in the round here. Kind, what are you doing?
Okay, fuck. Kind's going to bonus action. All of the discs go melt and consume his head and finally become a glass version of Valor's helmet. And and I'm going to use Form of the Dragon, and I'm going to cast Wall of Fire, centered perfectly around the Oracle, in a ring, and just kind of thrust it upwards from the ground, and yeah.
Okay. The Oracle.
Hey, quick question.
Mhm.
Can I get one final parting fuck you in Hellish Rebuke?
Yes. You had your reaction to do so. Dex save.
Yes.
Is a 16 total on that.
Does not make it.
Oof.
For parting 17 points of fire damage.
What does your Hellish Rebuke do?
It is a burst of green flame out of my face whenever I take damage. That is the last bit of him as the rest crumbles.
I could almost imagine as like the rest of your body's falling apart. There's just like the little elements of like the green flame tracing across just like the edges, almost as like it's running away from the disintegrate, and then as it reaches your face, just like expels out and burns him. For Wall of Fire, at the start of his turn, he takes damage.
It's instantly, and then on the start, 1 second, just gonna ends its turn there.
Ends its turn there. Okay.
When it first happens, and when it ends its turn there.
Okay. Or passes through it.
Or passes through it.
Is a ring around him.
Ring around him.
Around the rosy.
He's going to so that damage immediately happens. He's going to use another legendary resistance.
Oh yeah.
Give me that damage.
Cool. Alrighty, let me count up these d6s, which is very nice to be able to do. I have to break out the actual boxes.
Crucible just said 2 out of 3. It's 2 out of 4 that he has.
Oh, I see. I literally have to break out different dice boxes for this. Okay, excellent.
Again, Sam, Ian on deck, and then will be the round with Aki and Aris opening us up.
D8s. Oh my god, I'm a fool. I did this because it's D8s, not D6s.
Oh, I've not been doing so many things. I'm so sorry. I think Valor, this should be fine for you, but can you make a charisma save for me?
Yep, that is a 30.
Okay, you're fine. Gus is a bard.
Yeah, sure, I'm fine.
He's fine. We'll let Crucible's thing pass. Well, if you failed, you would have had to use that crit on the next nearest person, and that would have been bad. But Kine, technically,
yes.
Wall of Fire you don't need to target the Oracle. You're just putting it around him. So that's fine. Gotta keep that up. That's what makes this one hard.
You're fine. You're dead, but you're fine.
You're dead. You're dead, but you're fine.
LOL died.
He came for your legacy. He said it's not enough to kill him. His legacy is going in the trash too.
Okay. Yeah, that's 40 divided by 2, so 20 fire damage. And the Wall of Fire is just kind of there. And yeah, every time his turn ends or he tries to pass through this, he gets fucked directly up his ass. Piece of shit.
Very explicit.
The fire very clearly targets the ass area.
Yeah, it turns into
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah, keep that to
No,
yourself,
I'm
whatever
not
that is.
shaping it like that.
Sam, that'll be you, and then Ian.
Hell yeah. I wave my hand, and for 26 to hit, I'm just using the melee cantrip Chill Touch for 8 necrotic damage, but he can't heal for until my next turn. So
you have advantage.
He hasn't used his counter spell. He will use his counter spell on this. He will.
On a cantrip. Let's
cantrip.
go.
He really wants to heal. I will.
Crucible and Sam both have counter spells back too, but he also has big things to do. But he doesn't like that.
Let him waste this spell slot.
Okay.
Right now.
Yeah.
And then I will move back, so I am more than 60 feet away from him, but my mind thing is within the area because they can see and cast from there. So we can't counterspell my future counterspells.
Okay. Well, I believe if it casts from the book, the mind thing, it casts from it, right?
The effect comes from it, but he doesn't like see like I am physically doing the casting part.
Yeah. What is the ability? This might not give much of a problem because there's so many counter spells. It's more about like overwhelming him then.
It's called the Manifest Mind.
Manifest
Mind. I will. You know what we'll do? I'll just don't want to look it up right now. I just won't target you with counters, whether he can or not. Aris and Crucible also have counter spells. So I will stay focused on theirs. Anything else on Sam's turn?
No, that's it.
Okay. Ian, that will be you.
Okay. Quick question. Did somebody else pop Beacon of Hope, or did you assume that I did that before the fight started?
Didn't you type it in chat, Beacon of Hope?
Yeah, that's just you.
I didn't. I would have though if I thought about doing it before the fight started. I didn't think about doing it.
I swear I saw you type in Beacon of Hope because that's why
Okay.
I would assume that you would have it up if you have the spell slot and had the intention.
Yeah, because that would have been the first thing that I did. Okay,
Yeah.
that's just for me tracking spells. So this round, I'm going to cast Mass Cure Wounds on myself, Aris, Lorna. I would do Valor, but he's dust. And 3 others that are big hitters and low.
Aki's fine, right?
I can take about 10 more, but if you can't
Yeah, that's 37 is what it is.
Yeah, I'm relatively high. I feel like other people, if they're very low, should take it over me.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yo, what up?
Hey, yo.
Hey,
Lorna was
guys.
already in there. Yeah, so it's myself, Eris, Lorna, Zoe, Xana. You're like
Xana's gone.
Gone.
Oh, not again.
So that leaves Symbol, Sam, Kine, and technically Gus as well. But he's less than he's more than half.
So how many points did we get again?
37.
37.
So basically of Kine, Symbol, and Sam, who has the highest right now?
I am currently at 13.
I got 20.
13 plus what?
This is ignore that for a second. And Symbol?
I have 28 without.
28. Okay. So then Sam and Kine should take the 37. So Sam, Kine, Aris, Lorna, Crucible, and Ian take 37.
What type of damage?
No, healing.
Oh, healing. Oh, yeah, we're healing.
Healing damage.
Heal me with the damage.
This is a good way. Yeah.
That's funny.
There are creatures that turn healing to damage.
Oh my God, Slay at a nice
Imagine
50.
fighting one of those.
Anything else from Ian?
No, that's it for me. I'm simple.
Okay. Aki, are you gonna target the Oracle?
I have a question. Preemptively to the fight, would have anyone relayed any adverse effects to touching the Oracle's staff? If not, I'm going to grab that thing.
I don't think anybody.
Can
Probably
you
wouldn't
make
have advised.
I don't think
just-
anyone would have like mentioned, hey, it might not have been on the mind. Like I think if anything was mentioned, Crucible and company would have been like, we have a thing that can take his staff. Aki, make an athletics check.
28.
28. Yeah, you're fine. He can't roll that high. And then can you make a charisma save at advantage?
18 and 23.
That's with the +5?
Yeah.
Okay. As you go and grab the staff and take it out of his hands, Aki's eyes will glaze over yellow. And you will point the staff would you be so kind as to point the staff at at Crucible. I will have a charisma save from Crucible for me. Aki, what is your Aki, you don't have great charisma, right?
I have a -1.
-1. I'm gonna lower the DC through your hands. But yeah, Crucible, make that charisma save for me.
I'll cruise.
It's not good. It is a 17, which is amazing for me, but not good.
And that's with the +5?
No, not at all. It's a 22.
22. Beats it. The DC is usually 26. This is what's happening here. Is a little fucky wucky stuff. My thought process being that if the Oracle's not directly casting, it's being channeled through Aki, and Aki's poor charisma
magic in my life
makes this ability less potent. So Aki, your turn's used up. The staff really doesn't matter which hand it's in unless it's in the prism.
Cut my hand off. Cut my hand off.
Oh my God.
Do it.
But you are back to yourself. Fuck. Of course it's one lower, and I would have been like, yeah, doesn't do it. Fuck. Aris.
Okay.
And
so
on deck.
After seeing Valor get deleted, Ars lets out like a fucking war cry and then just starts hacking at this downed Oracle. All of them all of the attacks I made hit because they
Charisma
were all like,
save first.
oh, charisma save first. Okay. Charisma save. That's a uh, I'm going to use my reaction to what is it? Arcane Deflection to add a +4 to it to make it a 26.
Okay. So yeah, attacks go through.
Okay. And the total damage, because I also bonus actioning to quicken spell to add a second level magic missile to this. The total damage after all, because I action surge. Yeah, I action surge to get 4 attacks, then my extra attack from haste, and then quicken spelling to magic missile. I crit on one of the attacks, and so the total damage from all of that is 120.
Okay.
Jesus.
That prone from Valor is huge. Sorry, was that with the second use of your what's it called? I wasn't fully paying attention. Second use of the True Heart. Okay.
My second use of the True Heart, using the Thunder Wave on the crit to make it extra damage, not to. I also added Booming Blade again to that crit as well, so that if he moves, he will take an additional 3d8 thunder damage.
And I do just need to save against the Thunder Wave. It's minimum around like 5 to 7 damage, but he will make that save.
Okay. So then I think it goes down to, because it was so then he takes half of that, which is 10. So it's 110 damage instead of 120.
Okay.
As I just kind of hack at him and I say, I warned you, this would not end well.
Demigod on demigod violence. As you with your arcane body, he's a little bit probably covered in like Valor's ashes as you just cut through. Little like extra stings in the wound from that. All this like excess of magic. He will take it. He's looking rough, but he is he's still smiling. Symbol, what do you got?
Smiling, what the hell? Okay, I think echoing Aris, but less of a war cry and more of a wail. Seeing what happened to Valor. Yeah, Symbol's thinking he's not gonna get another chance to do this. He's gonna probably for the last time, he's gonna rip himself open. This time I think there's an actual hole being made in his body. He's gonna first he's gonna sprint about 30 feet. He's gonna rip himself open. He's gonna Misty Step above the Oracle, and he would like to drop himself down on like over the Oracle's head, and do a sort of guillotine using his body or some sort of self-destruct.
Okay. I will consider this. Aris, can you make one more attack at advantage?
Okay. I can do one more attack at advantage. That's a 21.
21 just hits. could you roll 10d10 plus your sword plus true hearts damage for me, and then like the strength or whatever you add.
Fuck. Okay, hold on. Give me this 10d10 plus true hearts. Okay. Holy fuck.
I know it's raining.
Holy fuck. 1, 2, 3. 6, 7, 8. The final one. All right. 10d10 plus my sword's damage, so that's going to be 10 magical slashing, and then the rest of the damage here is 10, 19, 20, 21, 22, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 65, 75.
75. Beautiful. As
Fuck you for
Ilithar,
doing this, Lucas. God damn it.
Aris and Symbol are not separate beings. They are one known that will be known as Ilithar. As Symbol runs forward, as you mentioned earlier, you're one reaching that like now arcane strange hand into your own chest, little bits of flesh kind of finally turning arcane, the body of Grimble completely gone, held on for so long, and just fully like pulling yourself apart, dissolving into arcane magic that coalesces above this ring of fire, and then down as Ars finishes those like 4 other attacks, feeling this energy return to him, raises the sword and strikes down once again. And the oracle's looking fucked up. Xana, can I get a charisma save from you?
You sure can. +17. +5.
+5. So 22. You will return next turn as your form, which had disappeared, begins to crawl back into this realm.
Can the mud on his shoes be like a little bit activated this turn? Like it's going from hardened to slightly gooey and just like maybe creeping up the foot a little bit.
Sure. As these effects begin to surround him, you see on his turn, he will kind of like raise his hand and the staff will return to him. And as it does, he will kind of push himself, just like pure like magic, to bring himself back to his feet.
Is there any way that I could hold on to it?
It's a very magic staff. And he will stand there. You see at this point, Rodavir begins to speak into the realm, and the entire thing begins to shake. As he, or rather, yeah, no, we can do it now. Begins to call upon all of those who are in this realm, retrieving souls, to go to its center, not where you are right now. and to fight. I will explain what is happening here, though the party does not know it. The spirits in this realm, not the souls, but the spirits, the like embodiments of this realm's will, are here to deceive, to distract those who are trying to retrieve the souls, taking their goodwill, causing them pain. And they deceive well enough to be near indistinguishable from the souls themselves. If only when they, or aside from when they attack. Another demigod, Arakini, moves toward the center to open up many gateways for these souls out of this realm, mustering much goodwill to call towards these evil spirits and to be defended by the rest of the warriors in this realm. You see the oracle will look up into the sky, and Rodavir will look down toward the oracle, reminding him of the phrasing that he spoke at the beginning of the monarch, reminding how small and powerless the oracle is compared to Rodavir, who is holding open this realm and creating pathways for these souls. Looking very harried. The oracle he is going to cast 8th level. No, might not need that. I want Kine, Symbol. No, Symbol's gone. I want Kine. I don't really care about Aki, actually. Kine, Sam, Thorna, and Ian gone. So that's 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. You might as well do 8th to get Aki in there. Can the 5 of you make charisma saves for me?
Okay, this feels worth the counter spell.
Yeah?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yep.
It is a spell, ain't it?
He will counterspell your counterspell it. Oh no, he can't do yours.
Okay, so I have to roll. Let's see. Okay, that's 18 on the die plus 5 for 23.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That's my boy.
My boy.
My boy.
Vindication.
You're not gonna banish me like you did last time.
Not.
See, every
not
time you get
on
banished, you come back in someone else's
Last time
chest,
he was
so-
invisible and he just banished us all before we could even see him.
Not
So
on
rude.
my watch. Not on my
Not
watch.
on my watch.
Bonus action. He is going to do a misty step.
No, he isn't. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
Does
he'll
he take
take an
booming
extra.
blade damage?
Yeah, he's about to
Oh!
take that extra 3d8 thunder
Believe so.
damage.
Put that through now.
An extra
Let's use
10.
this. See
That's
that.
an extra 10 thunder damage from booming blade as he misty steps away.
Oh, if anybody has Sentinel and they're like within range.
Well, not Sentinel. You need Mage Slayer because it's a spell. He will. He's not the most stealthy. But he will be hidden a little bit. Lorna, what are you doing?
Wait, where? So what happened? So what happened? Where is the Oracle?
I don't make a perception check.
30
Fuck.
feet somewhere.
Fuck. Yeah, like a perception check.
Did he take the fire damage from
Okay,
Wall of
I'm gonna
Frost?
get it. How does inspiration work again? I'm just gonna use that. I have one
You
from
have
way back when you gave us
like
inspiration.
it's just a reroll for that inspiration.
Okay, great. It was the exact motherfucking same thing. It was a 6.
Sick. You don't see him. People are pretty hurt though.
Okay, who be here? Ouchie. Who's ouchied? Wait.
I'm pretty much back at full, so
I could have 14 health.
Okay.
I'm not a priority because I'm still pretty high up there.
Okay. Is anybody else hurting? Who's hurt? Well, that aren't dead already.
Hey, the dead don't hurt.
They don't hurt.
I'm at 71 of 109.
Symbol can't die. So okay. I'm going to do how it's like I'm trying to like in my brain being like, how far does Misty Step go again? 30 feet?
It might go a bit farther for a very powerful.
He is in his own form.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use.
He's likely behind one of the pillars at the edge of the temple.
Okay.
Just destroy a pillar.
Wait, well, okay. I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire then. And this is what is it, 20 feet? Shit. Yeah, I'll cast Fairy Fire. It's kind of like a bag, like a toss up.
Pick the correct pillar. Maybe he's glowing behind it now.
Roll a d8. If we roll the same number here, you get him.
Me when I fucking get you.
Wait. Before you do that, he is Hex. So would I know where he is?
Is that a Hex ability of Hex?
Pretty sure it is.
Or am I
don't
thinking
think
of
so.
Hunter's
It's for
Mark?
it's for the Hunter's Mark.
Mark does that.
Yeah, you're thinking of Hunter's Mark.
Hex doesn't,
Damn it.
unfortunately.
Okay, no worries.
What did you get? I got a 6.
I got a 5.
So close.
Damn.
You Fairy Fire, and it doesn't seem to take. Anything else on Laura's turn?
No.
Okay.
That's all she's got.
He will step out once more, behind one of the pillars. You can now all see where he is. And attempt to banish, again within range of Aris and Crucible's counterspell. 8th level. Lorna, Ian, Sam, Akikine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll attempt it. I'll attempt a counterspell. That's
7th level
Actually,
counterspell.
can I request that you don't do that?
Sure.
Okay, I put the silencer on and I fucking fire a counterspell at that fucker.
Okay.
I'll roll for it.
7th level counterspell to your counterspell. He still has a 9th level spell slot.
Without bonuses.
Well, he's counterspelling your counterspell.
No, that's subtle spell. I'm sorry, I should have just said it instead of saying the silencer.
Thank you.
But yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, so he subtle spell just can't be seen typically. I don't think he has anything to help him. Okay.
Yeah.
Gus's turn. He is going to go for the I guess Gus is also here. He's going to go for the Oracle. Wrong dice. 2 attacks. Miss and a miss. Inspiration to Aris. Which I believe is a D8. Unless someone knows otherwise. the Oracle is going to use his last 8th level and attempt that banishment one more time.
We don't have any more counter spells.
Aris has his counter spell,
Oh,
but so does he.
Same people.
Yeah, same people.
Okay.
If
Also a
you
9th
attempt
level.
it, he will use his 7th to take your counter spell away.
How many
so
legendary actions does he have left?
he has so this is so he has turn was his he did something. And then 2 legendary actions to do the first spell, 2 legendary actions to do the second. He has 1 legendary action left. So he cannot cast above a 2nd level spell with that.
Question. How many reactions is this guy using? Because the amount of counter spells he's been firing off against other counters, does he just not have any limits?
He didn't
Okay.
use one on Sam because he couldn't. He couldn't use one against So or against Crucible because he didn't see that. So both of those succeeded. So this is the first time he's actually using it. I've kept saying it, but I've been denied.
Yeah.
Denied.
I'm going to counterspell just to make him burn 2 spell slots.
Yeah.
Because as he does play tactically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he will burn a 7th on that regardless. So yeah. And so actually, Ian, I'm gonna keep you around. I'm gonna roll for Gus's charisma save. That's super fail. Lorna's charisma save.
Okay, great. 23, 28.
28. Jesus. 19 for Aki. Sam.
24.
Okay, that just fails. So Sam.
Remember to apply your +5 if you haven't.
Well, that's how I got the 24.
Sam, Aki, and Gus are gone. Crucible. Make an insight check with advantage. Or no, make an arcana check with advantage.
Man, I just love arcana checks. Let's do it. What is the... So I add a +3 to it afterwards. 24 + 3 is 27. If it's at advantage. If it's not, then it's a lot lower than that.
It's advantage.
Okay.
Here's the dealio. There is an ability that the Oracle has that he uses or that almost every time he's been faced he has used beforehand. At Aravo, he used his divine intervention to pull through the emissaries to the battle. In Izel, he used divine intervention to end Geigerad. Before the meeting of the monarch, he used divine intervention to release the emissary from its bounds at the Cloud Tower. It does not take a lot for him to use this ability. He how does brain do words? There's a reason he's smiling. He knows how this world works. Even though we have 3 people in various stages of demigodhood in this fight. Your turn is next. He has 2 legendary resistances. So the staff cannot go from his hands. But the players who are left can do some fuck shit to attempt to interrupt what he is doing. So Crucible, I'm assuming you're using your action to use the prism to at least try to burn one of those legendary resistances. You're muted.
Well, when you put it like that, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I can do this once, and I guess now's a good time to do it. So I'll go ahead and use my action to use the box, but I'll use Quicken Spell to use the staff to cast Hold Person. Maybe I could burn another.
Ooh. And it's what is the staff? No, I can have it right here.
It says +3 to my stuff and disadvantage on his saves.
Yeah.
Can you please roll the first one and then tell me what the first die is?
Do you want the box or the wisdom save first?
The box.
That is a failure.
Okay, great.
Legendary resistance on that. Wisdom save at disadvantage. First one is a 12 on the die for a 26. And a natural 1.
Oh my god!
So second legendary resistance.
Oh my god!
He's out. He's out. of
He's
resistance.
out.
He's out!
Focus.
Where on him?
Focus your fire.
Right. Who's next on the turn order?
Kyne.
Can I go give him the fucking box?
Or
is it attunement?
It is attunement.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
Some fuck shit's gonna happen here.
Well, okay, could Kyne help me use the box again?
I'll allow it. You still have a portent, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
I will allow this to play. Kyne, how many spell slots do you have?
Kyne has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I mean,
10
like,
spell slots left.
what are their levels?
Oh, sorry. 1/4, 3/3, 3/2, 3/1, and then cantrips.
Would you be okay using a 1/4 and 2/3 for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's fuck this guy up.
We'll say
Let's
that
take a stupid fucking stick.
he's injured enough for him to not use the legendary action. At this point, he's kind of like hobbling a little bit, like stepping forward, staff in hand, looking at those who are left. I'll make this save. He's not succeeded on these con saves yet. He has a good con.
No, I'm sorry. I can't risk it. I really need to use the 5 on this one.
It's good that you used it. It was a 19 on the die for a potential
God.
of 31. You see as Kyne kind of sacrifices this magic into the box, kind of almost like forces it open again, and the pull happens. There's a moment, just a split second, where he like tries to hold on to it before you just twist the fingers open with the strings of fate, and it goes flying out of his hand. You see he stays there for a second, looking at you, this kind of blank face, before smiling. And will reach out for the staff that you have, Crucible. He has disadvantage from Hex against charisma checks. So Crucible, can you make an intelligence check? So just your intelligence. He's doing charisma. He has +10 but disadvantage.
Wait, Oh God, it's just intelligence. It's not a
Just
save.
intelligence, not a
It's
save.
not Arcana either. Fuck. Oh
Is it an
God.
ability check? Is it an ability check?
Ability check.
Awesome. That Crucible's making, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Awesome. He gets 6 on that as I use Wheel from a Cosmic Omen. So you get an extra 6 on that.
Thank you. I can screenshot this. I rolled a 20.
Slay, bitch.
Hey.
Hey.
He rolled on the die a 17 and a 3.
Fuck.
So he reaches out for the staff. It does leave your hand and kind of like the Last Jedi style, just holds in the air between you. At this point, he uses his divine intervention. Crucible, you have bound yourself to this staff, which means that you also hold the influence of Barundus of Mesothael, of the god of manipulation, same as him. The staff goes both ways. You see, so there's a couple of things going on. In the same way that he used Gygarad's power to bring forth an emissary, so too will he use the shred of Xana that is here, Ilithar, and the potential of Crucible. The three of you are all going to make just your spellcasting checks. Without the staff in his hand, it will be a straight roll. The DC for this collectively, so all of you, again, D20 plus 5 for all of you. Aris, do you still have that inspiration from Gus?
Yeah, because I haven't used it yet.
Okay. With that inspiration, the DC collectively is for him to fail completely. Hold on, I need to do brain. I'm mixing myself up.
Who's making these checks?
Crucible, Xana, and Aris. Xana's not all the way here.
They're on the way.
They're on the way. But also, now I'll do it regular. I'll do it regular. Your turn was wasted. That's what's more important about this. So 60 is the he fails, but a part of his influence remains. He fails, he will be gone, but part of the way this story will play out, he will have a hand on. 65, he fails completely. 55, you have an influence on his outcome. So it's like a mixed success for him. And 50, he succeeds completely.
This fucking DC is like unattainable.
Needs to get around 20.
Oh my
God.
Plus the inspiration.
And this is a check, so we don't add another 5. Okay.
Great roll. All right.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, guys.
I'm gonna light a candle.
If there's anything
No,
that
no,
the rest,
don't apologize. You're
if
doing
there's
great.
anything that the rest of the characters can do who are present, so I guess that's just Ian and Kine. You can help a little bit.
Am I not there?
I did just use my reaction.
Lorna, are you there as well?
Yeah, I didn't get banished. I got a 28.
Okay. So yeah, the three of you. Any fuck shit you want to do to help this out might require some self-sacrifice. Who knows? We can do it.
I have.
Ooh.
There is a silvery barbs left over. Yeah.
No one ever took the advantage on that silvery barbs.
Oh.
I will give it to. I will.
I also have something called.
Who has the least faith in their luck right now? Who wants to take the silvery barbs?
Yeah.
I have a inspiration, so I'm fine.
Okay.
Go on.
Sorry, go ahead, Trixie.
Oh, I think Santa, did you say you want to take it?
I would love to take it.
So sweating over there.
So do you need
know
it?
what it is like I rolled so well tonight. I know how this goes. Oh my god.
But I was gonna say, Aki, why did you say silvery barbs? Because I have
because it was used and no one ever took the advantage on it.
Oh,
No,
okay.
but also you have a reaction and you can use it on someone's ability check if they do bad. And they have to re-roll it. You can do it to your teammates.
You can do it to help your teammates.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Slay, I have something called warding flare, but it's an attack though. Never mind. Just kidding.
Okay.
So I'll take the advantage from the existing silvery barbs.
Okay.
I don't know what I would be giving up to do so, but I want to use both of my cosmic omens, the remaining ones. I know I just did one. I have 3 available. I don't know what that costs me, but I'll pay it. This guy needs to fucking go.
What's your con save? What's your bonus
My
to con?
con save. +1.
Aris, not
But I do
Arcana,
get-
just intelligence.
Oh, well, intelligence. I meant to forgive me, but
Oh, so plus the okay, gotcha.
yeah, it was just.
Well, I guess sorry. For the Constitution save, it's technically, I guess, a +6 given the aura.
Okay. So if you want to use both, you will not be able to resist the effect as a consequence. And Kine, well, it might not need it. Math real quick. 60
Oh my god. Okay, can I use the silvery barbs, please?
I took the existing advantage, but if someone
I
is
don't
able
think
to
you
silvery barbs,
need it.
No.
Yeah, it's not needed.
Clarification on Elijah's thing, just for certainty. So intelligence check.
Yeah,
plus
that was
the
that's my
inspiration.
check.
Yeah,
that's my inspiration. I added
Yeah.
that's not arcanic. That's just the check. I got a 25.
I was like, oh my god, it's over.
You guys did
That's
it.
Arcana, so it's got to be -5. Like, there's no. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the intelligence check. My bad. I put arcana because my brain immediately, because that's my spell casting ability. So I was like, oh.
Okay. You see as he reaches out, you see he says, as this story is written, and this new age begins, for all the good held within this land, my roots will grow deep underneath. And like a parasite living upon the back of a beast, I will be there to drain you and to turn you against yourselves. As this like magic in this pull is happening, there is no escaping. And at this point, the magic of him like begins to falter, and the divine intervention, this opportunity that he uses, is failing. And he kind of like almost like adjusts his stance. Very, very injured. And looking at Crucible, Ilithar, and kind of like the place where Xana is coming through. At this point, doorways across or gates across this realm are opening, and souls are escaping. And as he feels the power pull against him, he just lets go, stops talking, and remains angry. I will take a moment. This fight is not over. However, the legacy that begins here has begun. Ilithar, as an arcane demigod, a force of power. Xana as a guide to the lost, and Crucible as the new oracle. What role, not in this moment, but in the generations to come? These are the three that connect with each other. The ultimate. This is such a big ask. I will be less narrative for a moment, and I'll be more clear. Every age begins and ends. Over the course of thousands of years, every story eventually ends. The Oracle did not intend to succeed in this age, but set himself up, or set the power that he works for up for the next thousands of years in the future. What he wished for was a place in the story that at the end of times of this age, his power would corrupt and turn Fleans against each other. That is the start. In the prophecy that is written here, how do you all stop that from happening? When Fleans eventually have their systems begin to fail once more, how do the three of you stop that? Get as creative as you like. If there is a want to say like a specific kind of person who plays a role that you influence, whatever it is, whether it's a leader that rises under your guidance, whoever wants to start.
Think for Aris, who is now Ilithar, the role he kind of takes in this form, being arcane power, but also someone who's he's the Knight of True Heart. I think in this sense, he becomes the light in the darkness, perhaps. That there will always be a champion of good and righteousness to rise and meet corruption and evil. He will be on the first in a line of many knights who will always and forever rise to meet evil.
The legacy of the True Heart, that one day when this age comes to an end, a faithful knight will rise with this mantle and help begin to turn the Fleans towards each other once more for another age. In this time, amongst the many realms of the Godlands and many religions, I'm going to close this. It's shining on me. Amongst the many realms of the Godlands and the many religions, many will fail to find their way and find no place amongst these realms outside of the lost. And their despair and cruelty will fuel parts of the end of this age. But their worst intentions held back by Xana as their guide. How do you prevent that part of the story in the future? Actually, sorry. No, I'm still going to hold on to that, actually. How do you prevent that in the future?
So Xana's focus definitely is on the corrupted, those who get lost. And I don't think they do anything major. I think it's more like a focus on those little choices and the little acts of kindness that might turn someone towards the correct path. It's the little things that regular people do that prove that there is still good, that kind of show these people who have been corrupted what could be if they make a choice. And it's sort of, I think their influence is especially seen in people who say the words, "It's never too late to change your mind."
The dream of the lost. I think through your power from a distance, those most vulnerable, those who do not have a place, those who are lost where they begin to sprout roots, you show them the opportunities. You show them what could be. And give them those words. As the influence of devils from Mesophael will eventually creep into the corners of Philea, with the staff so powerful against those forces, Crucible, how do you make sure that those kinds of forces, whether through a figure or through your actions or something you create or will create, how do you prevent those devils from getting to the ones Xana would guide and the Knight of the True Heart would inspire?
By keeping them preoccupied with easy and simple wins. I think that whereas like, you know, Xana is definitely there for the lost. Aris is definitely there for those that can like rise above. I think that Crucible would probably be invested in like ensuring that cruel people, like people who have done wrong, are like the target of most of demonic influence, you know, making like, I guess you'd say, evil very tangible, hyperbolic, and easy to identify.
This age for the devils of Mesothea will be an age of fools. Getting in each other's ways, eating themselves alive. For whatever happens in the next few thousand years, those who held the potential to be cruel but were not cruel yet will find themselves turned towards the light and saved from the darkness and inspired to be something greater. And through these influences, one of these individuals in many, many years will start a new, even kinder age for Valia. As this prophecy is written, the oracle will, still in his full power, minus divine interventions and spell slots, will just resign himself to doing as much damage as possible on the way out. Ian, you would be the only one who has a turn before the oracle goes.
I am going to cast blindness on the oracle, con DC 20.
If this fucking works, this is going to be insane.
Go, guys.
That's a 30.
It was our crossed fingers. It's our fault.
As you reach out to cast blindness, his eyes see too much. Anything else on your turn?
That's it. That's my action. I don't have any bonus actions. I do, well, no, that was a spell. I don't have any bonus actions that are cantrips.
Aki is banished, Symbol is gone, Aris and Xana have used, technically, like, part of that last thing was their actions and turns, although Xana is more here now. Is Sam gone as well? Yeah, you were banished as well.
Yeah, I was one off.
This is not within the realm of the power at hand to counterspell. However, that is not the only way out of this. I should also mention when the first meteor swarm hit, it was in my mind earlier to kind of like not sunder the temple. The temple would be completely intact, but the hill that it sits upon be shattered, and it be suspended in the air. That's been a thing that's been there the whole time. But the temple perfectly intact. He will tear open the sky once more to meteor swarm. I will use another 7th level spell for the principle of just putting down any magic that might resist him. And the moment before it hits, he will bring those banished back onto these grounds Aris and Xana, you are more attuned with your power than the rest, or than Crucible. Crucible, this act was his first act of demigodhood. The staff back in your hands. The Oracle does not have the power to stop himself from taking this damage. He has 51 plus 13 is 64 hit points. So he is gone. He's going to be gone. With the powers that Aris is connected to, earlier Crucible or Valor asked if you could stop a meteor swarm. Last time you did it with Luana. This time you'll do it with Xana. The DC is not so intense. We will call it a collective 35 spell casting for both of you. However, Aris, with the amount of magic that has been used, this form that you are in, this metal body will break. It has been at its limits of containing your power. And you will be for a time dispersed. Although in the grand scheme of things, it will not be long before you are back in some form. And your power will still hold domain over this country. All you are gunning for here is to get all of these people out. Yeah, 35, I'm going to say is the DC. What's everyone's hit points at?
How many hit points did I come back with?
Whatever you had before, like 50 something.
53.
Yeah. How many hit points? 79 Crucible?
Yeah, 57.
7.
I also have 57.
Chat.
61. Pretty good. Pretty good odds here.
Jesse.
What chat. The banishment didn't end. It didn't last the minute. He just brought them back. He ended the concentration. Banishment, you need to maintain concentration for a minute for them to be gone. Symbol's body turned to pure energy and formed with Ilithar.
Yep.
I'm thinking about stakes here. Regular, give me. I should establish the stakes beforehand. So regular spell casting checks again, no inspiration. Think about the stakes. 35, and everyone gets out clean. For every one short of that collective, we will be not losing, but one person will be left behind, which will be of your choice. Yes, Zoe and then Flip.
I still have my reaction. Is there some way that I can, like, maybe save somebody if the DC is not met?
We'll get to that, but potentially.
Fuck me. Okay, here we go.
Also thinking about resources that are left, I do still have 2 5th level spell slots and the
Yeah, I got my
And
50s.
something
Okay,
major.
am I still
I
here?
got my 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're still
we're
here.
Okay, where am I on my computer? I still have 2 5th level spell slots and a casting of a 6th level spell. Can I use any combination of
This
those
is
to lower our DC
technically
little
like
bit?
a use of that scale of magic of just like dumping spell slots to get people out.
Okay.
So they wouldn't get much additional benefit from that kind of thing. Yes, Elijah.
You allow me to say goodbye to my friend?
Of course. Want to have a moment with Ian?
I think as the meteors are coming down, I think he looks back at Ian and very similar to the last time that he had to sacrifice himself. Only this time, I think he imagines not a metal body for himself, but ours actually walking around in the world in the future. But closes his eyes and he smiles and looks back at Ian and he says, "It's been a ride, friend. Don't forget
It
me."
has been. It has been. You've got this. Save the people. If anybody is left behind, this time it's me. You were behind, you stay behind for me. It's my time to do it for others.
Yes.
Under the
Don't
oracle's
forget me,
breath, Saint Ian.
Do you remember that that day in the tavern when we got stuck? Just me, you, and Code. We sat there for hours until we realized we were trapped by whatever that creature was.
Yeah, I remember everything with you, me, and Code. We were there at the beginning. Unfortunately, you and I are here at the end. But I have faith in you. You're going to be a great power and a great inspiration to many.
I wish we could go back to the tavern.
It was simpler. It was simpler.
With that, give me your rolls, folks. See what happens.
Lighting another candle.
That just a spell casting
Not
check,
spell
right?
casting, just your intelligence.
Just my intelligence? Okay.
No proficiency.
I will use my reaction just to oh no, that's a save. That doesn't matter. Okay.
I'm also for getting. Wait, is this for getting people out or stopping the swarm?
This is both.
Okay.
But technically, it's a one and the same.
Can I do the thing where I use both my wheels to add 6 to both of their checks?
Yes. I'll get to that in a second. Flip. You need an 18.
I rolled a natural 2.
So 7. 24.
Silvery barbs?
Silvery barbs?
Stop asking for it. Nobody has it.
I have it. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
You need to take this. You need to do disadvantage on someone first for that to work. You give some disadvantage on something to give advantage to someone else.
What do you think, Aris? Could we play risky right now?
I'm going to go with Kind's option here. So we are at 24. If you add 6 to both of their checks, Is it automatic 6 or do you have to roll for it?
Automatic 6. I roll for it at the beginning of the day, and I rolled a 6, which means that it's an even, which means I add it to someone else. And if it was an odd, it would be an odd number. That same number I would take away from someone else. So I got even, which is very nice. So 6 added on both there.
So would bring it up to 36. Kine, you would be bound here. You would still hold the same roll, but you would be a spirit. You could not hit the DC to save yourself on this if you do both.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Everyone gets out. As the power of the meteor swarm comes out, or comes down, Aris and Xana reaching up, the kind of psychic energy and with the kind of pure arcana, turning the fast-moving meteors to suffocating mud. As it washes over this temple, and sinks it back down from where it was suspended into that broken hillside. Doorways will open behind, and psychic hands will pull all of you away. Aki, you and Noya, we'll assume that Noya was helping with the rest of the kind of spirit thing. You and Noya will find yourselves with Arden on the eastern shores where your boat initially crashed. Crucible, wherever Quentin, Rin, and Cass are, I assume they would have helped with the souls yesterday as well, will end up in the Run Low. Sam and Cerdis will find themselves in the ruins of Azel that are being slowly put back together by the survivors. And Ian will find himself alone, but in the Cloud Tower amongst many other faithful. Lorna, with the rest of the Bunky Kuel, far north in the base of Bunkerations, with the presence of Xana. All of those scenes we will continue in the final wrap-ups for each group. With the Oracle fallen to his own spell, being washed away by mud, his body lost. Actually, his body taken by the lost. Yes, Elijah?
Just a request of that. When Ian returns to the Cloud Tower, he also has True Heart along with him.
I think that True Heart in one hand and an arcane blue feather in the other. if you remember that pull. Yes, Kain? Kaylin?
I was about to ask a very similar thing. If Aki could return with the bow made of all of my discs.
Mm.
Or them turned into a different kind of weapon that would better suit Aki.
The discs will stay with your spirit to be handed to someone who will guide that demigod you were meant to guide.
Sounds good.
And the last thing, perhaps, because the two of you are not guaranteed a session with each other in the end. With Kain's sacrifice, Zoe will know the spirit for his, or not so, Crucible. Crucible will know the spirit. And through the spirit see the stars that guide those of cruel hearts. And Kain will work with you to help manage this age. We'll close out the session there.
Can I ask one question?
For sure. Absolutely.
Recoverable. You know, I've been trying to get Grimble since like 30 sessions ago.
Oh,
is it possible before I leave?
So the session yesterday, I didn't want to like interrupt character moments earlier. The session yesterday was for recovering those souls. So Grimble in some form is recovered. Xana might have done some shit and gotten some souls out. But you'll have to discover the fates of those characters in the wrap up for your campaign on Saturday. Lucas, I will message you about the state of Grimble as a soul, hopefully sometime this week. If not, just telling you immediately before the session next week.
Okay, sounds good.
But yeah, we'll close that session there and do stars and wishes for this last combat of this campaign, unless you guys do some really fucking weird things in your wrap-ups.
Actually, we're gonna we just do something batshit crazy. You're just like, wait,
brawl at Lorna and Aelip's wedding.
Yeah. Where's Affadil?
Yeah.
Starting in our top corner as always. I'll also stop recording now.